Let's join our correspondent who is currently in Jos to give us an update on the recent attack. Dixon, good morning. Now, we've heard about this, this attack in Kanam, and it's quite a sad, sad story. If you, read the details this morning, some of us were reading the details on the front page of Daily Trust newspaper, and it's quite sad, and gory. Take us through what happened and what's currently happening.
Yes, honestly, the attack is so sad, and in terms of what happened, it's I know we have to dig in and dig in again, because Kanam has never witnessed such an attack before. It doesn't have any ethno-religious coloration, and there's so many issues around it. People cannot even ascertain what actually happened. Just as you rightly said, people are saying in the studio that the attackers came from the neighboring Taraba, and what was their mission? Are they trying to achieve? All these things, we are still trying to get feelers from people on ground, and even the security agencies have not really been able to say anything for real. However, the government has come out yesterday to issue a statement condemning the attack, and whenever there's attack, there's always condemnation, and then the next moment you are thinking of where the attack should happen. Burial was done yesterday, and they were still trying to reach out to dig in to really know what exactly is the problem. Because those people came in the commando style of, they came on motorbikes, while those at the back are shooting, the other ones at the front were riding the bikes. Even some people that were able to escape, they will still follow them into their houses and shoot them and gun them down and all of that. So the issue right now is that we are still trying to ascertain what is exactly the problem. Because Kanam has not have any violence-related issues. We have become more or less like war correspondent in Plateau State. We cover those things that happen anywhere, hoping that soon the killings will be tackled and all of that. But the issue of Kanam is specific. And now Kanama Wase, if we try to look at it, we keep imagining there is the issue is pure terrorism. That's what I can call it. Because there is no, I tried reaching out to the Speaker of House of Assembly last night. His phone was off because he's from Kanam, so that I can get if there's any other new angle he can give us. And his phone was off throughout last night. I was trying to call him. His phone was not going through. The person of Sally Ipmon, he's the Deputy Speaker of the House. He's from Kanam. And I tried to reach out to other people again. Honestly speaking, we can only theorize. But to tell you really that this is what the aim of the attack is, we are still yet to get a grip on it. But however, trust us, we are going to be digging it, and then we will come out with something much more substantial. But for now, that kind of attack is just an attack. You even
All right,
know.
Dixon. It appears.
Are you hearing me?
Dixon, can you hear us?
I'm here. Hello, Minister, I'm still here.
Dixon, we are, the news reports say that about 70 people were abducted. Any updates on the whereabouts of those people?
No, there's no, from the security angle, there's no update for now. And how can some people be abducted on a bike? Where were they taken to? We are still going to look into it. This morning I'm trying to call the STF or the Commissioner of Police, spokesman of the security of police, to see what you can gather as at this morning. But as at last night, after the burial, so many people are already mourning the loss of what happened. Many houses were burnt down. And if we are trying to see the linkage from Taraba to Kanam, it's not quite that far. But what we are trying to gather, once I get an update on it, speaking with the security agencies and probably the people on ground to tell us, come out and tell us about the abductions. But the most one that we now have on our hands is that people were killed, houses were burnt down, and we are trying to follow up on those that were adopted so that we can have an update on that.
Now, Dixon, what can you say about the presence of security personnel in some of those areas? One thing that strikes a lot of people is how these criminals were able to move around unhindered. We do not have checkpoints, right? Uh, don't we have presence, at least some kind of presence of security personnel in some of these local governments, police stations maybe, or maybe some military posts somewhere and all that? Are we, what do you say, what would you say about that?
No, I think the security people probably are overwhelmed right now as it stands. I think they are overwhelmed, and sometimes they depend on order, because we have seen situations where they will station by the roadside and something is happening at a nearby community, and they have not probably, I've tried to ask questions sometimes, but something is happening nearby and they say they have not gotten the order to really go there. So sometimes they have to wait on orders to be given to them, and then sometimes even if the orders were given, we don't actually see results. So the security personnel, I don't know, they are either overwhelmed, or because of the way the hierarchy and the way they wait for orders before going about their security activities. But before then, the damages has been done. These people have come, will kill and go, and then when they go there, sometimes, they nothing, nobody to arrest. And then they will always say, and sometimes even if they repel, they say we repel, and they retreated. Retreated to where? That's the question we keep asking. Where did they retreat to? So we
There
don't
was,
always.
when a member of the House of Representatives representing that area, in his condolence message, he said that there was intelligence report over 9 months ago that bandits were coming towards that part of Plateau State. Are you aware of that?
Yes, we are aware, because Kanam is close to Wase, and Wase too is close to what's the name, Lantang. The embattled chairman of Lantang local government area, in the person of Joshua Lavelle Banduma, sometimes last year raised an alarm. I attended the meeting. He raised an alarm that terrorists are planning to attack those territories. And then he copied all the security outfits in the state. He copied them that terrorists are trying to attack these territories, but basically he was talking about Lantang, and Lantang is sharing boundary with Kanam and Wasi. So when he raised the alarm, the attack didn't happen, but he told them that they have already encircled those areas and they're within those rocks. And he said that, but however, he has already alerted the security agencies. But what we are still asking is that, okay, if he has alerted them and he has told them that Lantang has never been attacked actually, but we saw an attack in Wasi and then now in Canam. So that's to tell you that it's real, and those people are already within those axes. There are mountains there, and that they are already camped there, kind of. So we are expecting that the government, the security agencies will be more proactive. There was an alarm actually to this incident, but the action is what we are not. Was not properly taken to prevent those attacks.
All right. Well, the governor has given directives, for relief materials to be, deployed in those locations, and for some traumatic, center. I mean, for some traumatic help also given to the victims of this attack. Is there any update in that regard?
Government normally issues statements because attacks are almost a recurring decimal in Plateau State, so to speak. And we'll follow up on that. I will try to reach out to the spokesperson or the Commissioner of Information, person of Dan Manjang, to know the update on that, and we'll follow it up and to see how it's administered.
In any case, beyond even administering, these relief materials, I'm sure that these communities, I'm not even sure if people will be staying there, at this point in time, because maybe they would have, fled for their lives. and all of that. Is there any, maybe some kind of IDP camp now, maybe around those locations?
No, there's no IDP camps. Right now in Jos, the IDP camps at a point, they were staying in geosciences by Angle D. That's those ones that had issues around Gashish in Bakinladi and the other places and Riom like that. They were staying somewhere around Angle D, geosciences. That's the name of the facility that was given to for IDP, but somehow they were relocated back to their places. But that's why I said the attack in the southern zone, which is Kanam area, is part of the southern zone, southern senatorial zone. They don't there's so much security issues there of this scale. So originally in Plateau State, there is no IDP. And for those ones who have run from Kanam, we will try and trace them to know where they are staying. Some of them may be staying with relatives, and those that are still staying put will find out why are they staying put. Those that have run away will know where they are. But right now, for the issue of IDP, we don't know of any. We've not heard of any. But if there's any of such, wherever it is, we'll locate it and we'll update accordingly.
So what's the general security situation now in that particular area? Is there beefed up security? Have there been deployment of more security agents to that area?
No, not really. Not really. Just as I told you, security in Plateau State, I won't lie, they're overwhelmed. So they're not really. Probably they went to the place and they tried to do some assessment, and as usual, return back to their post. And then the next thing you have another attack nearby or far away. So I don't think there's any special security forces, to my knowledge, that has been deployed there. You understand? But I will.
Thank you so much, Dixon, for joining us and giving us this update. We'll continue to follow up with you what's coming up from Plateau State there. Thank you.